Standard form. There is another form that we use sometimes that we call standard form. And standard form is going to look like A times your X plus B times your Y equals C. Where A, B, and C are just numbers, and then X and Y are your variables that we've been using. Okay? So we have ways to find our intercepts. And we've already actually talked about this a little bit, but if we want to find the intercepts, we want to find where it crosses your y-axis and where it crosses your x-axis. So to find your x-intercept, I want my y to be 0. Set y equal to 0. So when we set y equal to 0, we're going to write the equation 3x plus 4, there's my y, so I'm going to put 0 equals 24. So 4 times 0 is 0, and I have 3x equals 24. So I divide, because it's 3 times x, by 3, divide by 3, so x equals 24 divided by 3, which is 8. So that means where I cross the x-intercept here is going to be at the 8. So I'm going to come over to 8 and put a point right on the 8, because that is the x-axis and it's the x-intercept. Now if I want to find the y-intercept, so on this one I'm going to set x equal to 0, because I want to go up and down on my y. So I have 3 times 0 plus 4 times y equals 24. So that would be 0. And I have 4y equals 24. Divide by 4. So my y is equal to 6. So I'm going to go up to 6 on my y and put a point, and then all I have to do is connect those 2 points, and that is my line of the equation 3x plus 4y equals 24, and we graphed it by finding the intercepts. Okay, so this next one we want to find the intercepts again and then use them to graph. So I'm going to find my x and my y-intercepts. So we have the x-intercept, and when I find the x-intercept I'm going to set y equal to 0. So I have 3x minus 4 times 0 equals 12. That cancels out to 0. 3x equals 12. Divide by 3. So x equals 4. So I'm going to come over to 4 and put a point on my x-axis because it's the x-intercept. And the next one, the y-intercept, I need to set my x equal to 0. So I have 3 times 0 minus 4y equals 12. This one you got to be careful with. We cancel out the 3. Now we have negative 4y equals 12. So this is a negative 4. So we have to divide by negative 4. 12 divided by negative 4, y equals a negative 3. Make sure you are very careful about your signs. Make sure if it's negative, it needs to be negative. So I'm going to go down to negative 3 on my y-axis. And then I connect my points. And there's my graph of the equation 3x minus 4y equals 12. For these next examples, all we want to do are graph the lines. One thing you should notice on these is there is only one variable, x equals 5. So I want to graph a line where x is always equal to 5. X always equals 5. Okay, so I need to find where does x equal 5. Well, my x is 5 right here, and 5 right here. X is always 5 as we go up and down. So that line right there tells us that x is equal to 5. So if it is x equals a number, then it is a vertical line. Okay, so that's one thing to try to remember there. And this next one we have y equals -2. So we want to find where y always equals -2. So y is -2, 1, 2 down, -2 at this place, and it's always -2 right here. So it is a line that goes like that. Y equals -2. So what we see here is whenever it's a y equals a number, so if it's only y and there's no x's anywhere, then it is a horizontal line. Alright, so those are the two different possibilities that we have. We have a horizontal line or we have a vertical line of an x equals something. Alright, so just be careful when you are graphing those. Now we're going to get into some slightly more difficult examples where we have to write something in standard form, which is ax plus by equals c. We want it to be in that form. So I need to get the x and the y on the same side, and so x and y on same side. And we need to have no fractions. No fractions. Alright, so the first thing I have to do is get x and y on the same side and then make sure there's no fractions. One way to make sure there's no fractions, we're going to start there. So I'm going to rewrite y equals -3/7 times x plus 5. Okay, so what I want to do is multiply by anything in the denominator. Multiply by the denominator. Okay, so what I mean by that is 7 is in the denominator, so I'm going to multiply by 7 here, and if I do it to one side of the equation, I have to do it to the other side, just like always. Always have to do it to both sides. So then I have a distribution right here. So I have 7y equals 7 times -3/7 x plus 7 times 5. So when I simplify that, I get 7y equals, these 7's cancel out, leaving me with -3x plus 7 times 5 is 35. So now I have no fractions. So I'm done with that. Now I just have to get x and y on the same side. So if I add 3x to both sides, remember, x and y are not the same, so I can't actually put them together. but I can write it as 3x plus 7y, and that equals 35. And now, if you look at it, I am of the form a, which is 3, x plus b, which is 7, y equals 35, which is my c. So I am done, and that is my standard form equation. And then if I need to, I can find my intercepts and do what I have to do. A media download store sells songs for $1 each and movies for $12 each. So there's your important information. You have $60 total to spend. Write an equation that describes the items you can purchase. So we're going to write this equation in standard form. AX plus BY equals C. Well, if you recall to previous information, we always try to set it equal to the total. Okay, so we have to have something, the price of our movies, and the price of our songs. So basically, I can change my variables if I want, but I just need to incorporate my $1 and my $12, which are the prices of my songs and my movies. Okay, so you can continue to use X and Y, or you can use other variables if you're more comfortable with that. I'm going to go back to my X's and Y's. So the amount, if we say X equals songs, then each song cost $1. So $1, 1 times X, and so and is kind of, adding things together, because we also have movies, and we're going to call Y equal to the movies, the price of the movies, and movies cost $12 each. So 12Y equals my total. You have $60 to spend, so equals my total, which is 60. So my standard form equation is actually X plus 12Y equals 60. So that's the first part. Now I have to explain the intercepts. So first I should find the intercepts. So my x-intercept, if I set y equal to 0, then I have x equals 12 times 0 equals 60. Or, yeah, that should be a plus. So that cancels out, leaving me with x equals 60. So what does my x-intercept mean? What that means is when you buy 0 movies, you can then buy 60 songs. So now we want to figure out what my y-intercept means. So that would be when we set x equal to 0. So that would be 0 plus 12y equals 60. So I divide by 12 because the 0 is not even here. And y equals 5. So what that one means is when you buy 5 movies, you can then buy 0 songs. So that's kind of your range of what you can do. So that gives context to your intercepts. So those are your notes over standard form and how we can use that to solve problems. Go through the practice problems, make sure that you can do all these different types of questions, and then you should be able to take your quiz over this material.